Hey there, y'all. It's Renee here. You might hear my grandbaby Lexi in the background over there too. It's a nice warm day outside today. She's watching her Aunt Daisy clean out the car. I don't know what got into Daisy. That's unusual. Um. Anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video about good intentions, I guess, on the part of other people. Um, we're coming up on a year of Julian's passing, and it ain't easy sometimes. I get lonely, and I really miss Julian. And I've learned the hard way that it's just not, it doesn't help to just jump into a relationship with someone, because the person I'm missing is the only person who can fill that void. That's how I feel right now. But seems like here lately, a couple of people have been trying to set me up, and I'm not ready. I know I'm not. I don't want to date. I don't want anybody to come along to take my time from my children, because one thing that I know that Julian appreciated about me was that I love to spend time with my children. I love being with them. And it's not, I can't put somebody else in that position and then hurt them, because I'm not going to want to be with them 24/7. And then it's just, and another thing is, when I do decide to actually date again, I think I would be very picky, because I think that's the way Julian would want it. And I'm not going to go out with a guy who, every time I see him, he's drinking, and he tries to convince me that he's not a drunk. And yeah, Julian drank, but it's like I was telling my kids, he wasn't, I didn't see that when I met him, and I fell in love with him. And it's different when you love somebody. Plus the fact that all you guys know who've seen the videos, you couldn't find a sweeter drunk. I mean, you just couldn't. He was so adorable when he was drinking, to the point of just being so sweet that he pestered the piss out of me. But I'm just not ready for that. And I think that people around me who love me and care about me think I am. And they're like, oh, he's a nice guy, he wants to ask you out, he's already tell him, no, I don't want to hurt his feelings, but just tell him no thanks. And I don't know, I just find it funny, like, all of a sudden everybody says, you need to go out and spend some time with another adult, and just, it'll make you feel better. No, it won't. Unless you can bring Julian to my front door alive and well and say, here, I found somebody for you, then you haven't found somebody for me. So that's just, how I feel about it. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I don't even want to try that let's be friends thing, because, no offense to the fellas, I'm not a man hater. Because of Julian, I know that there are good men out there, and but men usually cannot handle that let's be friends thing. They think that's a woman's way of saying, give me a few weeks. And they think they can talk you into something else anyway. And I'm not ready for that. I absolutely know I'm not. How many times have I said I'm not ready for that in this video? I really am not. The companionship that I miss is the companionship I had with Julian. And with he and I, it wasn't something that happened overnight. We were friends. I mean, we sincerely, truly were friends. Nothing happened between us before we decided that we wanted to be more than friends. And I mean, it was wonderful. It was absolutely the way I had always dreamed of meeting someone and falling in love with them, and didn't even realize it was happening at the time. I grew to adore Julian. I thought he was wonderful, but he was 7 years younger than me, and I thought he deserved better than me. But he used to tell me when I said that, and, you know, we'd talk later after we were together, and I'd say, you didn't, you know, I thought you deserved somebody better. He said, I knew you were perfect for me. He said, I saw how you were. I watched you for 2 years. How you treated your children, how you treated other people. He said, and you were perfect for me. You always were. He said, I could have gone with a younger girl, with no children, and, you know, but that wasn't important to me. What was important was what was in your heart. And he said, I knew that you would be the perfect wife for me. He said, you adore children the same way I do, and you take care of your children. And he said, he said, the very first time I met you, I knew I wanted to be with you. He said, but I knew that you were not ready. He said, it's just, so anyway, you know, it's, you know when you're ready and you know when you're not. And I didn't know I was not ready a few months back, and I just was so lonely, and I thought that was the only way to fill the void. But I really got into a dangerous relationship with a dangerous person who could have been an abusive person. And I'm just so glad that I came to my senses. You know, you're in a state of you're just numb. Your emotions are so, they've been ripped to shreds when you lose somebody like that. And I think that was my problem. We need somebody to look out for us whenever we are grieving like that, because there's the potential to do all kinds of harmful things to oneself. And I was definitely harming myself by being in that relationship, because every moment that I was with that man, I was just ready to just burst into tears. I wanted to be with my children. I didn't care for his company because I think he was rude. He was vulgar. He was just not a caring person the way he puts on to be in front of everybody else. I saw who he really was. He was hateful. He was conniving. He was self-pitying, and he didn't care about anything but himself. He didn't care that my children were home alone, and he wants me to stay with him all the time. So I can't do that to my children. I can't take away from them. I had a wonderful husband, just the best husband I could ever have, and I don't need to go out and try and look for that again, because that's gone. Now I just have to concentrate on my kids and myself and what we're going to do with our future. And they've very clearly stated they don't want a stepfather. Their father was, come on now, Julian spoiled those kids rotten. He loved them. I mean, how often do you see a father with his young children, once they're past the toddler stage? He always had to give them a hug and a kiss when he left. He always told them he loved them. He wanted to make them happy. Their happiness, my happiness, was more important than his needs. And I just, you know, you're not going to find that. I just really don't believe a step-parent at this stage, with almost all of my 3 youngest ones being teenagers, is not going to treat them the way their father did. And there's no way I'm going to expose them to that and expose Daisy to the potential to be abused and mistreated and made to feel bad about who she is. Julian lifted those children up. He gave them confidence. He loved them so much. He loved me so much. We don't need a replacement. We need Julian, but we know we can't get him back. So anyway, yeah, good intentions, but it's starting to really get on my nerves. Peace, guys. Bye-bye.